Hi everybody, this is Tracy from Northeast Tarot and welcome to your weekly tarot forecast. I just want to take a second and thank all of my subscribers. Thank you for all of your support, all of your likes, all of your shares, all of your comments. If you are interested in a private reading, please just click on my website. I do have it linked below in the description bar. Lastly, I am on social media, so I am now on Facebook. If you're interested in liking my page on Facebook, please do. I am also on Instagram, and if you are interested in receiving a daily Oracle guidance message, I do draw and upload a daily Oracle guidance card every single day to my Instagram account. So if you're interested in that, then please head over and follow me on Instagram. Oh, and one last thing, for these general tarot forecasts, you should always be sure to watch not only your sun sign, but also your moon sign and your rising sign. If you happen to not know what your moon or rising sign are, I do have linked in the description bar below a website that actually can calculate that for you for free. So I wish you all a wonderful week. Just stay tuned for the reading. Hi Cancer, this is Tracy from Northeast Tarot and welcome to your weekly tarot forecast for the week of February 22nd through the 28th. This is for Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, and Cancer Rising signs. So Cancer, let's get started. All right, Cancer, at the bottom of the deck, I do have the Four of Wands, which is a great card. This is my happy home card, so you could be spending some time at home this week, spending a lot of time with your family. But this is a card of security, things being quite secure, very secure and stable on the home front. So your family's very happy, things are very secure within your family environment, within the home. This is a card of family gatherings, celebrations. It can be marriage. But yeah, it's a great card. Lots of security for you and your family. You could be spending a lot of time with your family this week. Let's see. All right, so the overall energy, Cancer, for the entire week is actually the Two of Cups. So it is called the Two of Chalices in this deck, but this is the Two of Cups. Beautiful card. So if you are already in a partnership, I see you guys actually, deepening your bond, growing closer. For me, the Two of Cups is... It's a step up from the Lovers card. The Lovers, for me, is a very passionate, romantic card. It's two people with a lot of chemistry that are expressing themselves more on a physical level. The Two of Cups is more on an emotional level. This is a deeper emotional connection. So this is growing closer with someone, deepening that connection that you have with them. This is reciprocated love and feelings. So two people who feel, who feel those deep feelings for one another. This is a beautiful card. It can be a card of soulmates as well. So if you are already in a partnership, this very well can be you growing closer to your partner. And that could be why we have the Four of Wands here at the bottom of the deck, because maybe, it's depending on, the part of the world that you're in. If it's cold out, you just might want to be staying, in the house or maybe spending a lot of time at home with your partner. Now, if you are single and you are looking, you very well, Cancer, could actually meet someone this week, because I have the Two of Cups here as the overall energy, and then I actually have the Ace of Cups here as well. So this is that beautiful blessing from the heavens. So if you have been, you know, single and looking, definitely get out there, because the energy is actually there for you to meet someone. And it's someone that you would actually, have a very deep connection with. This person could even be like a soulmate. So this is a new beginning, something that's going to bring just a lot of happiness to your life. It's going to bring that emotional content to your heart. This is beautiful. And I actually see you charging directly towards it, because I have the Knight of Wands here. So this is that very fast-paced, sudden energy, that hasty energy. So if you can see, you know, I do see you, Cancer, actually charging this new beginning, going after this new beginning, moving closer to this new beginning. And for some Cancers, if you are meeting someone, this could be happening very suddenly, unexpectedly, happening quite quickly. The relationship could be actually progressing very quickly as well for some Cancers. I do have the Hierophant here. So for some Cancers, you know, perhaps maybe you're getting married this week. That's why we might have the Two of Cups here. Maybe, you know, you're taking your relationship to the next level. And if you're not getting married, the Hierophant represents commitments. So maybe, you know, for some Cancers, you've been dating and this is you committing to your partner now. Maybe you guys are just getting more serious. And for some Cancers, you know, if you are in a relationship, you might be in a relationship with a fire sign, or maybe another water sign like yourself, or even maybe a Taurus, because the Hierophant's here, and the Hierophant represents the sign of Taurus. But the Hierophant also represents having faith, believing. Maybe, you know, for some Cancers, you might have been in the past, because I have the Nine of Wands here, you actually might have been a little hopeless with something, and it can be maybe this partnership or this commitment. You might have felt tired, or you might have had to be patient in regards to this. Maybe you started to feel a little hopeless, but this is you needing to believe that things are going to improve and things are going to get better. Maybe, you know, you have an offer that comes in this week, and actually, you know, brings in a lot of, you know, faith and a lot of hope, and you start to believe that things are maybe progressing, because underneath the Nine of Wands, on top of the Nine of Wands and next to the Hierophant, I actually have the King of Wands here. And the King of Wands for me is very much an optimistic man. He's very much an optimistic man. So this is very much like you now have faith, you now believe, you now are very optimistic, you're hopeful. You know, he's a very happy man. He's a spirited character, a fiery character. So I think that for some Cancers, you might have felt this energy of the Nine of Wands. You might have felt a little hopeless in the past. Maybe you were single. Maybe you were tired of being single. Maybe you had been, you know, single for a very long time. And maybe you were just losing faith, you know, that you were ever going to be able to meet someone. But then I have this Knight of Cups coming in, which can be that Prince Charming or that knight in shining armor. This can be, you know, an energy of you simply moving towards your happiness as well, or an offer coming in. This could be someone that you're meeting asking you out on a date, and it actually kind of renews your faith. You begin to believe again and look at things optimistically, because then I have you charging towards or moving quickly towards this new beautiful beginning with the Ace of Cups here. And again, it's almost like you didn't think it was going to happen. I have the Nine of Swords here, which can be you needing to get more sleep, but also this can be you know, being stuck in your head maybe a little bit too much, having fears, anxieties, or just sleepless nights from maybe possibly worrying too much. But I see you rising from the ashes. I have the Judgment card here. So this is an ending to some sort of difficult time that you might have experienced in your life, and this is you rising up from the ashes. You know, this is you being reborn in a sense. This is you starting a new beginning here. For some of you, this is you making the decision to maybe commit, or maybe start this partnership, or commit to this partner. So as you can see, this is a very like love oriented reading. Now let me see. Now, if you do work for a large company, the Hierophant can represent a large company or the government. The Knight of Cups could actually be you receiving an offer from maybe the company that you work for. Maybe you were feeling hopeless and waiting for this offer. Maybe you started to feel a little hopeless in regards to this offer. But I do have some sort of offer or news coming in. Maybe you work with the King of Wands here. Maybe you work with a fire sign person, or for some of you, this is going to be your energy. Very driven, very ambitious, fiery. The Two of Cups for you could also represent like a business partnership. Maybe you're starting a new company. Maybe it's something you're passionate about, and it's actually going to bring in a lot of happiness into your life, and a lot of joy into your heart, and fulfill you on that emotional level. This could be you making this decision to do that. For some Cancers, I also see that you could be making a decision to move, because the Knight of Wands can very much represent moving to a new home, and I do have the Four of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So for some Cancers, this is you either receiving a decision or making a decision to move to a new home. And then for other Cancers that, you know, if you are in a committed partnership, this could be you actually moving in with your partner. So I think no matter if you're looking at this reading from a romantic point of view, or even a business point of view, in regards to, you know, work, career, I think that no matter what, I see new beginnings. You have the Ace of Cups. You also have the Judgment card. You know, I see that, you know, things are really good, you know, on the home front. And I think it's going to be, honestly, a great week for you, no matter how you could relate to this, Cancer. But I am going to draw you an additional guidance card. So some additional guidance for Cancer for the upcoming week. What else does Cancer need to know? Please show me. Okay, wow, beautiful. This card just flipped out, and it is Isaiah, and it says, it's a good time to give birth to new ideas and situations in your life. I am watching over you, guiding you, and protecting you during these changes. So this is that fertile energy. This card is just like the Empress. So I think that for many of you, you're actually going to be very creative, no matter if that's like within your partnership or with the company you work for, or maybe, you know, a business. It's a good time to give birth to new ideas and situations in your life. Beautiful. So, you know, for some Cancers, you might be starting some new projects this week. Or if you've been thinking about starting something new, now is actually a great time to do that. You do have that divine guidance with you. Your angels are watching over you, guiding you, protecting you during these changes. So such a beautiful reading, Cancer. It really is. Yeah, a very fulfilling, emotionally fulfilling week is ahead for you, Cancer. So very beautiful. So I do hope that you enjoyed this reading, Cancer, and I just hope you have a great week.